to the agenda as you have them.
There are. So to the agenda, we need to add 8A, 11A, and 17A.
I don't entertain a motion with the additions.
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda with the additions. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of July 6, 2026 minutes. Ms. Carter, Ms. Bean.
Everything looks good to me.
You get anything, Hayden? You good? Good. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Any ayes have it, motion carried. Public comment. Citizens may speak on anything not listed on the printed agenda. Please take into consideration a 3-minute time limit and state your name and address. Nobody signed up? Anybody want to say anything? Hearing none, seeing none. We'll go to 6, which is K.A.D.E Foundation presentation by Melissa Cook. Crook, excuse me.
Good evening. Okay. First, I'd like to thank you, Mayor, Commissioners, and everyone tonight for allowing me a few minutes to speak. For those of you who know me or who may not know me, I apologize. I am Melissa Crook, founder of the K.A.D.E Foundation. This community has been an important part of my family's life. I had the privilege of raising all 3 of my children here in Denton. They grew up in these schools, built lifelong friendships here, and this community helped shape the people that they became. So tonight, I'm not standing here simply as the founder of a nonprofit. I'm standing here as Katie's mom. Before I tell you about the K.A.D.E Foundation, I would like to tell you a little bit about my daughter. Caitlin Crook, K.A.D.E, was born and raised here in Denton. She graduated from South Davidson High School, completed basic law enforcement training, and achieved her dream of becoming a police officer with the Lexington Police Department. She loved serving people and believed that helping others wasn't just her job, it's who she was. On December 17th, 2025, Katie's life was taken by the very person she had found the courage to lead. Like so many families affected by domestic violence, our lives changed forever. After losing Katie, I made her a promise. I promised that her story would not end with tragedy. I promised that if I had anything to do with it, her life would continue making a difference. That promise became the K.A.D.E Foundation. K.A.D.E stands for Know the Signs, Acknowledge the Abuse, Decide to Leave, End the Violence. As I began learning more about domestic violence and talking with victims, advocates, law enforcement, and community leaders, one thing became very clear. We don't necessarily need more organizations. We need organizations working together. There are already incredible people doing this work every day. Our shelters, law enforcement agencies, social services, counselors, healthcare providers, churches, nonprofits, they all play an important role. The K.A.D.E Foundation was never created to replace any of those services. If anything, our goal is to make every one of these organizations stronger by helping victims find them, access them, and stay connected to them. We were created to connect resources, strengthen partnerships, and fill the gaps so that victims don't have to figure out everything on their own. Our goal is to make sure that when someone reaches out for help, they know where to turn, and they don't have to walk that journey alone. Everything we do supports that mission. We educate our community about the warning signs of domestic violence because prevention starts with awareness. We provide advocacy, safety planning, and connections to local resources because leaving an abusive relationship is often the most dangerous time in a victim's life. We're developing a rapid response team that can work alongside law enforcement when appropriate, offering immediate support to victims while officers focus on their responsibilities. Recently, I had the opportunity to meet with Chief James and to share this vision. We had a great conversation about the rapid response team, and he saw the value in what we're building. He shared that he would like to partner with the K.A.D.E Foundation as we continue to develop this program. To me, that's exactly what K.A.D.E is all about. Bringing organizations together, building relationships, and working side by side to better serve the community. We're creating survivor documentation resources, educational programs for schools and community groups, scholarships, outreach initiatives, volunteer opportunities, and partnerships that just strengthen the network of services already available. We're also working on long-term goals like Hope Village, where survivors can find safe transitional housing while rebuilding their lives, and legislative initiatives that improve victim safety and offender accountability. Every program has one purpose: helping victims move from fear to safety to hope. As our vision continues to grow, every road leads to one place: the K.A.D.E Safety Center. In my mind, I can already picture it. A place where someone can walk through the front door scared, overwhelmed, and unsure what to do next. Instead of being sent from office to office, they meet with someone who says, "You're safe. Let's figure this out together." A place where they can develop a safety plan, connect with community resources, receive advocacy, prepare for court, meet with partner agencies, and begin rebuilding their lives. Not because one organization can do everything, but because all of us can accomplish so much more if we work together. When I think about where this vision should begin, my heart brings me back to Denton. This community helped shape my children. It helped shape K.A.D.E. And I believe this community has the heart to help shape the future for other families who need hope. Tonight, I'm not asking you to solve domestic violence. No single organization can do that. I'm simply asking you to believe in the vision of a community where victims know exactly where to turn, where organizations work together instead of separately, and where no one has to face abuse alone. I truly believe Denton has the opportunity to become the model for what that kind of partnership looks like. K.A.D.E dedicated her life to protecting people she never met. Through the K.A.D.E Foundation, my hope is that her legacy continues doing exactly that. Thank you for allowing me to share our mission this evening and our vision. I'd be honored to answer any questions, and I look forward to working alongside you and in this community as we build something that can truly change lives. I am also excited to share that we were invited to participate in the National Night Out tomorrow evening. We will have our K.A.D.E Foundation tent set up. We'd love for each of you to stop by, say hello, learn a little more about what we're building, but then we're also excited to be able to present this to the Denton community. And only one final thing is I have prepared a portfolio I would love to give each of you. It is an overview of the K.A.D.E Foundation, but specifically more information on the Safety Center. If anything about this resonates with you, even one idea, please reach out. Let's revisit this conversation and see what we can do to begin making a difference in this community. Thank you all. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Ms. Crook. Any questions, Ms. Crook?
Where do you plan to have your main headquarters at, or a facility? You working on something like that?
Ideally, we would like the beginning to start in Denton. We would love to have a building here for that primary headquarters. I have been in contact with April Rich with United Way. She's very excited about this program as well, and I think moving forward, we are looking at potentially other communities outside of the large cities. But the home base, the headquarters of it, I would love to proudly say would be Denton.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is Hope Village a vision? It's not a reality right now.
Okay, I have secured the property. It is not a reality at this point. I do have the property. That's just another aspect that we're building with that to begin placing the tiny homes within that,
Okay.
to build that community.
Are you Jake's mother?
I am.
He's a good young man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Glad to meet, sort of.
Don't hold anything about him against me.
He's a good boy, I like
He
him.
is. I'm very proud of him.
Thank you, ma'am. Subdivision review, E.H.A. Investments, Byron Street. I believe you're handling that, aren't you?
I will. So you've got before you a copy of the proposed plat. E.H.A. Investments is the property owner, it's off of Byron Street. The parcel number is 07053001800009. It is zoned R8. E.H.A. Investments has submitted a proposal for a 5-duplex residential subdivision on Byron Street. Staff review confirms the layout meets all setback and dimensional requirements of the town's zoning ordinance. Each duplex will have direct roadfront access. Initially on here, it was noted that, let's see. Yeah, I think that's been updated. So each will have direct roadfront access and all parking areas and drives will be paved. The southern duplex will include a separate paved drive serving that unit. The development will be similar in character and appearance to the duplex on Fletcher Lane, including brick veneer construction and paved parking areas. Town water and sewer services are available to the site. The proposed subdivision is consistent with the Town of Denton's comprehensive land development plan and aligns with planned residential growth patterns. The Planning and Zoning Board reviewed the subdivision plat map at their July 21st, 2026 meeting and voted to approve the subdivision without any changes. Staff recommendations. Staff has completed its review and finds the proposed Byron Street duplex subdivision fully compliant with all applicable zoning and development standards. The project aligns with the town's comprehensive land development plan, and staff recommends approval and presents the request for the board's formal action. And just for clarification, this is just a subdivision plat review, and as long as it actually meets all of our statutory requirements, then there's really not anything to decide, it's just to approve it.
2 things, maybe 3. This Roxburgh nursing home doesn't mean anything, does it?
It's the property owner.
I don't think it is, but,
Well, it was at one time. Let's look.
because that's where Dollar General is, isn't it? I mean,
Market, D
Let's
Market.
see.
I'm
That
just,
doesn't mean that's not who owns the property.
yeah, it was just a small thing,
I can pull that
just
up.
wondering. Another thing, since the houses are gonna be direct access to city roads, and they're gonna be paved, but they won't be curb and guttering because they're not a road, correct, they're just driveways.
That is correct, and that is your understanding as well. Yeah, that's the requirement, so I just want to make sure they don't do anything differently.
Third thing, Michael, water pressure.
Couple of them broken up to the pump in. Too close to the water tank.
Just want to get that out early on.
And how's the, is their frontage, is their view gonna be at the water tank? Is this two back here? What's that?
I don't know.
Cause I mean, there's woods in the back and somebody else owns that. That's the Harrison part of it, so they got the view of the water tank.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that
I didn't
don't have
know-
anything to do with us, but the water
I know.
pressure is what I worry
Yeah,
about.
I just wondered about Brandon wanted to in that one.
Because I know both these houses up on the hill have the pumps.
Probably gonna have to put in a pump.
Us, them, who?
I don't know that it's been decided.
I mean, the statute says we have to
We
produce.
have to produce the water. I don't think there's been anything else on that, so we need to produce water of sufficient pressure. So if it's gonna have to be a pump to get it to sufficient pressure, then we're gonna have to supply that.
I
25,
think we'll have the minimum state pressure, we just won't have enough pressure to run dishwashers and stuff like that. People put in modern houses.
So as long as we do what we're supposed to do, we're good.
pressure right now.
See, you got a water tank that's filled, so.
You got a 12-inch main there, correct?
But it's pushing water from one water tank to another water tank and going down the line. They'll actually hold pressure.
The ones, Kathy may have pressure, but Andy don't have pressure.
We don't have the greatest pressure.
Yeah.
Our shower is very low.
But I think you're on the 2-inch line. Maybe. Maybe better off with that.
Anyway, that's just something we need to decide.
I think we're gonna have to supply adequate pressure.
Yeah, we have to, what is it, Michael?
Water tank won't let water discharge out. It's just been-
Michael?
Yeah.
25 pound to spigot.
I'm gonna say that's probably about what you want to have.
I mean, in that state.
Yeah, a 20-pound without fire protection.
Okay.
But we do
We
fire
need-
protection on hydrants.
We need to know what's actually there. and if we
Yeah, because
don't
we'll be
meet it-
in the same boat we're in up here.
Correct. And if we don't meet it, we're gonna have to put in a booster.
Right. As long as we know.
Like you said, Ben, Mr. Morris and the lady at the end both had to have holding tanks put in to provide pressure. I'm gonna say they're gonna have to have it too. Because it's coming off the same exact line.
Yeah.
That's just 22 buildings, correct?
Well, it may be every one of them. Like I say, we ain't done a tap that high up in a long, long time.
Do you remember how much those were?
Michael, putting those lines in, affect our pressure right now.
500 put in or something.
So we need to go ahead and figure that out.
Well, we should. Andy's probably going to want reimbursement for his. I can tell you what he's going to grill me about.
Going back to Roxborough Nursing Center in 2025, they purchased that property from Terramore Development Company, who owned it whenever Dollar General was built there, I think.
Okay.
And I'm sure they just did it for investment purposes.
Okay. That answers that question.
Doesn't mean they're building a nursing center. though.
Sure. So how to move forward about the water? Just as long as everybody knows it, or?
Well, I think we need to go ahead and plan for it because we'll have to make budget allocations for it. So I think we need to test to figure out what the water pressure does look like there and then go ahead and move forward with.
And we probably put in something other than we put up here because it was supposedly just a temporary fix.
Mhm. So we need to figure out what the best fix is.
Yeah, because this is gonna be long-term, there's obviously no way the pressure's gonna change up there. Do you?
Well, I'd like to kind of know where the water meters would sit, because that water line, the last time I dug in with Duke Fire drilled a hole through it, was about 9 foot deep. I'm gonna have to pull in some trench boxes and all. I'd really like to put a water meter in if I'm gonna dig the hole.
Well, I mean, we gotta do that anyway.
Mhm.
It's the pump, we just need to. That's something we haven't have anything to say over right now, right?
Correct. And Joel, are you gonna be installing those utilities?
That's up to you, It's a
I'm
matter of
talking
what.
about where the meters are gonna go, like where you want them to connect for the units.
Right, so I mean, but what does the city of Denton, town of Denton usually do? Do they provide the meters, or is that on the contractors for?
No, we provide the meters, meter box.
Yeah.
That's with your tap fee, you know?
Water and sewer taps.
Yep.
If they face in the road, there's not a new street put in, that's on the town, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what'd you say now? Let me make sure.
So Michael was saying he wanted to know where the meters.
Yeah, he
would
just
go.
needs a spot to know where it is, so he
Right,
knows.
that's right, okay.
If you put them together, of course, it'd be better on us, closer, but
Well, we also need to do some elevation shots on that sewer. Because the lot drops off, depending on how far over the hill they go. They may have to have a pump drainage or, pump sewer, because it's not that deep out there. Because it's on such a steep hill.
That's a septic. If I
That
remember.
might, we need to really look at it.
Yeah, I know. So we just need to,
Yeah, you just need to say approve with the understanding that you may be required to put in the booster pumps for water.
yeah, we'll be required for that, but sewer company usually have to put them in the.
Correct. That's their own.
Yeah, okay. Questions?
So just to make sure I understand, water's on us, sewer's on them?
If it has to,
pump,
if it has to
pump.
pump up from the house, yes.
And water, as long as we're at the state minimum, that's all we have to provide. If they need more, that would be up to them.
See, the other problem we need to address on this pump is if we provide the pump, are we providing the pump one time? Or do we have to keep this pump up for the next 20 years?
If it's to keep up the pressure to the state level, it's ours from now on.
Well, see, we went through that on problem, and
I know that. That's what I'm trying to get settled before we get there.
Correct. Yeah, but if we have to keep it to us, if we're not at the state minimum, then it's ours to upkeep.
Right. If we're at state minimum and they want more pressure, just because they want more pressure, that's on them. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I make the motion. I see no reason not to.
Further discussion, further debate. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. And the ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, call for public hearing on alleyway closure between Anderson Street, South Main Street. Request by Israel Silva. Is that right? Do you have that, Miss? Whoever you are?
I was just told I was doing the subdivision one, but let's see.
Maybe I have it, I don't think so. Anyways, resolution, Board of Commissioners of the Town of Denton to conduct a public hearing on the proposed consideration, a petition for closing the alleyway between parcels. Yeah. 07051005007, 07051005001, and 3 or 4 more about the same.
Correct.
Between Anderson Street and South Main Street. So I just need a motion to
Call for the
call
public
for
hearing.
public hearing.
I make a motion to call for the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no, and the ayes have it, motion carries. All right, calling for public hearings on 3 other partial rezonings. If the planning board's already heard these,
They have heard on and approved them.
okay. Partial number, do I need separate for these?
Yeah, if you can just do a
In line.
public hearing for each one in line.
Okay. We need to call for public hearing on partial number 0704300000008 at 504 Denton Road, request made by Robert Doak. I would entertain a
I
motion.
would make a motion to call for the public hearing, 504 Denton Road.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Partial number 705500210004 at 239 West Knoll Avenue, request made by Jerry Gales.
I would make a motion to call for the public hearing at 239 West Knoll Avenue.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And the ayes have it. Partial 0704300000118A, 18A, okay. 507 Denton Road and 0704300000018. 489 Denton Road, request made by Barbara Tyson.
I would make a motion to call for public hearing at 507 Denton Road as well as 489 Denton Road.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. That carries. Presentation by Paul Briggs, who is out. Ms. Grubb, I believe you're handling this.
Yeah, I've had some changes here though, let's see what, okay. Just pass those down. Okay, I gotta keep going.
Okay.
Can you,
Yes, I will, yes,
Yeah.
to here. No, we just made, I didn't make enough copies, I
Here,
think.
you read that.
So as I said, Mr. Briggs was supposed to come tonight and give us an update. Brandon called me today and said his wife was in the hospital, he would not be able to come, and Brandon had a prior engagement. But since our last written report back in April, Paul and their consulting engineers came down to the building and looked at the structural, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical drawings for permit. No significant design changes have been made. They came on July the 8th. No immediate input is needed by the committee or city at this time. He is 85% complete with the drawings. And he told me that if things go like they should, he would be able to review for permit at the end of August. But he'll get back and he'll,
Was he gonna get us some
well,
estimates or something?
yeah, he
What
was, but he, whatever happened down there that day, I
Okay.
think they needed to run back through. But I was hoping he'd be here, but he's not.
We'll hear more.
We will, and we'll hear more.
Okay. Thank you. All right, resolution for R 262702, approved surplus property for wastewater department. I think everybody has that in front of them. Is that the way you have? The electric vehicle, David, sorry you're gonna lose that thing.
Yeah, I know, it was pretty nice to have for a while there.
There is an add-on in your staff.
Um,
There's an add-on in your staff I wrote on the
for
additional
the
items.
wastewater or just for,
Yes.
okay,
Generator.
all right. I'm sure it's here somewhere. All right, electric vehicle and the generator. You'll please separately, Madam Attorney? Or can we do it all at one time?
You can just grab both of them.
I mean, all the departments. Would you rather have it?
Oh, separately.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to declare this surplus.
Make a motion.
Second.
Further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Any opposed, no. And the ayes have it, motion carried.
You know, we still miss one piece of equipment, we're gonna have to get out of home surplus. David just mentioned it, just to have that old Western one with that wastewater plant out there in that part.
Just add it in. We'll get it done.
You have to make a motion on it, I'll get the paper tomorrow.
If you want to.
Can I conclude that?
amend it.
Yes. Yeah, will you make your motion to include the Husqvarna lawnmower?
I make a motion to.
And you make your second?
Yes.
And everybody make their vote the same way?
Yes.
Okay.
Turn in the paper.
Surplus property on Denton Police Department. Looks like about 6 radios, speakers, 3 radios and 3 speakers. Is that all you got, Chief?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to say that doesn't get rid of them?
No, they'll be turned off eventually, but there is a market for them now, so I think the quicker we get rid of them, might be able to get some money for them. They've been replaced with Kenwood.
I didn't.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. That carries. Resolution on surplus property for public works. Got it somewhere, too. Mike, you want to tell us what you're surplusing?
2 blow-up generators and old motor graders.
What about the water meters?
The water meters, we was gonna pull a couple apart, take them down and see if we would make that much more money stripping them ourselves.
I know it was going to with the upland one here. Why don't you just add those on there and sell them?
We can,
Okay.
we have a count of them, we turned it in a while back. So they know how many we got.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion for public works plus the water meters.
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion, further debate. All in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
Any opposed, no. That carries.
Do you want them in one lump sum, or you want to split them up?
However you want to, as long as you get rid of them.
We could do one lump.
They'll bring the same thing.
Yeah.
Consideration approval of Labella on scope of services and fee for Jenkins wastewater treatment plant evaluation study. I think everybody has that. Do you know anything about this?
I gave you additional comments.
Okay. What I did with that. Anyway, David, can you speak to anything with that?
You know, I was just sitting here thinking, I wish I could. I've kind of been on the outside of it, but I need to get myself.
Yeah, that's not where you should be.
Yeah.
All right.
They're just gonna install a vertical frequency drive on
Yeah.
that big pump, so they can ramp it up and down to control the flow into the old tank.
But did they do the study that said it would work?
I think it was just suggested. I don't think anybody's ever actually showed us a study.
I was
I thought
thinking
that's
the
what
same
this
thing,
was.
that They actually,
Yeah, I thought what did they do when they come down there, David?
well, you know, I haven't seen them in forever, but I
What
know
a shocker.
they were taking measurements to make sure that what they wanted to do would actually work, as far as measurement wise. But
Right, I
as
thought
far
they were
as
gonna come and
actually-
look, and they even talked about emptying. Did we ever empty it for them?
No,
Because isn't that what task 100 is? Evaluate options to accomplish the intended operational option for the 1984 oxidation ditch?
That's what I thought, and I thought we already approved the study.
I don't know, until they get it empty and look at what kind of aeration unit they might put in the bottom. I don't see how they could have done the study.
I don't either, but I thought that's what was waiting on forever.
This says Labella recommends the following scope to replace the scope previously offered. So apparently they offered a scope previously, we approved it, and they're coming back and amending it.
So I guess we haven't paid anything for it?
Yes, and this does state updated scope of service.
Was it gonna be a factual update for the one in the first one?
It'd be nice if Labella was here to talk to us about it.
If this replaces the other one, I feel a little better about it, but I always thought we'd done paid for the other one and then was gonna do the same thing over again.
Did they send us a set of drawings on what
Yep.
they're approving?
You not seen them? Look like it'd be handy if y'all would see them.
David, let's look at it.
Here, I'll give you mine, Angel's copy of my print.
I mean, I've had them for a week, so surely you should have had them.
Do we know what
I
our
remember
prior
us talking
scope of
about-
services was?
I'm not comfortable approving anything without some clarification. I mean, had Angel been here, she probably could have filled in these gaps. Maybe she could have filled in these gaps for us,
It looks like Labella ought to be here.
or Labella,
Been here.
I'm not comfortable approving anything
Paula,
based on these words.
Do you know if is there a file in our office that has the previous scope of services for this project that we approved?
There was one in a previous meeting, I remember her mentioning that the other day, I would just have to go through the minutes and pull that information. I do not know what the changes are, I couldn't really answer that for you.
But you don't think we paid anything on task 100, 200, 300, or 400?
I do not recall issuing any payments to Novella for any of that.
Can we table this?
Sure. Been 3 damn years, what's another month?
I can definitely start draining that thing this week.
Well, they were supposed to let you or us know if they were coming next week or when it drained.
Yeah,
And that's been 2 months ago or 3.
We done. But see, that used to run, and it still will, except for it had to be monitored continuously, because if the pump come on, it so their pump, it would overflow the tank. That's why they wanted to put a VFD in, ramp it up and down to control the flow, filling the tank. So if they do that, it'll work, but then it sits so many years, the mixers are bad now, so it's going to have mixers put in.
We gotta know what we're dealing with here somewhere along the way.
But until they do the study and tell us what we need, I think
Yeah.
that's what we do.
I mean, am I the only one that feels that way?
Did she share any light in that email that she sent us?
That's what I was looking for.
That
This
I
one,
gave you a copy of.
Well, maybe I should read it. This revised proposed plan is evaluation observation is to review the project, Heather Miller stated, it is important to point out that while this revision does not include the development of construction drawing as mentioned previously, if there was no issue with the type of equipment currently in the oxidation dish, the replacement of the equipment was the route that was decided to go. The straight replacement of equipment would not be necessity constructions drawing and permitting, as it would be considered maintenance as existing system equipment. When discussed with Troy prior to his retirement, he stated he did not have any issues with equipment and would not be opposed to simply replacing the equipment in kind. The revised scope also provides for a complete structural evaluation of the basin. So I guess with that, he replaces the other and it tells us what we need to do. Is that the way?
That's what it looks like to me.
Okay. Then I'm okay as long as they will get on with the program.
I mean, we get the tank drained in a few days. They just give us a date for coming, it'll be drained.
I mean, because the other one was 20-some thousand, I remember that.
Good luck.
The other one was 20-some thousand. If we hadn't paid any, this is replacing that one.
No, the other one.
So this looks at, this would come back and look at what's wrong with what's there.
Yep.
And replace it if need be, right?
Or get some plan to replace it.
Troy said he was not opposed to simply replacing it.
Yep.
But until they look at it, I don't reckon you're gonna know how much it's gonna cost to fix it.
No.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the other, why this is replacing that and why it didn't happen.
The first time we discussed it, we was just gonna put a VFD control pump that was already existing, pull the big rotor motors out that are so expensive to work on, and put a air system, a bubbler system in the bottom. On tracks, they just bolt to the bottom of the concrete. And you'd have to buy air compressor set there to run. But we figured that would be the cheapest way out, but we're not even here. It would work pretty much like little filter for Jason's number 3 filter at the water plant. It's just got a big air compressor that sends air bubbles, fine, bubbles, keeps the air in.
Yeah. I understand that part. What I don't understand is why they hadn't done what they're supposed to do and why they're revising it.
Well, that's above our pay grade.
Is there any way to get her in here sometime and, show up?
Yeah. How do you met where from her today, this evening? Did you bring it up?
I did.
I hope you got the letters in it. Y'all feel better waiting, or?
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll take this to the next meeting and have Heather here.
Michael, didn't we say we were gonna build the walls up on that thing?
We talked about it, but then we figured it would be cheaper to put a VFD in to control the flow instead of controlling the elevation of the water in.
Okay.
And I honestly think we need to look at the paddle system that was pre-existing. Because the forms is already there, all we have to do is change the motors. If they work for years. If it wouldn't be that expensive to get them back working, they work just fine.
Okay.
But like I say, they gotta look at it, tell us what.
Yeah, somebody gotta tell us. We'll table that to the next meeting and have Heather here.
And I think it would be also good if Paula wouldn't mind getting the old one, what was originally approved, so that we can see them side by side.
Would you like it to go ahead and be emailed to you so you can be reviewing it?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, consideration approval of contract with state utilities to remove the 2-inch water lines complete.
It's there too, so.
Okay, yeah. To complete the rehab project. This is the project that we thought was in the original bid. But they said it wasn't. And it's 200,000, is that correct? I'm where I got the numbers.
It said it was implied but not stated, is that right?
Where did I hear that from?
I reached out to the contractor that freezes the line today, and I have a section of pipe to show him what's actually in the ground. I'm just waiting on him to call me back to, get up with him to see what he charged me. Come freeze the lines and we'll do it in now.
Yeah. I think we table this too, because I'm not in the mood paying $200,000 to just do them 2-inch lines.
1, 2, 3, maybe 4 lines.
Yeah. I mean, if the break, we're gonna fix them under pressure, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly right.
Everybody inclined?
So table it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where am I to now? Department head reports. Chief James.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, good evening. I hope you are talking to the man upstairs about the possibility of rain tomorrow. A lot of work going in the National Night Out. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, but if it doesn't, the show will go on. We've been graciously supported by the Classic Restaurant, thanks to Mark Smith. Thanks to Lowe's Foods for a gift card. Thanks to K.A.D.E, who are going to be contributing about $500, and Troutman's Barbecue for donating some hot dogs. We'd like to thank Denton Fire Department, who will plan to help us tomorrow. Parks and Rec, some of their folks are going to come out and volunteer as well. Thanks to Town Hall staff who has worked with us, as well as I'd like to thank Karen Bisco, who's been very helpful and continues to help, and even helping round up coolers for the event tomorrow. We're going to assemble about 3:30 or so and start cooking and preparing to serve meals. Other agencies will participate. Alton Haynes is going to have an ambulance crew here. I think we'll have some folks from the Sheriff's Department as well as police and fire personnel. Ms. Crook, who you heard from earlier, plans to be here and set up a booth as well to educate the public on domestic violence and what she has available to assist with that. I think it'd be a great event, and I'm glad we're finally able to do it, and thank you for your support. And I suppose Elizabeth maybe designed the banner that's displayed at the park, so thanks to her for doing that as well. I'll be glad to answer any questions about tomorrow, that event that you might have. Hope you can all be there. We'll have you a good hot dog. We have begun transitioning to the 9mm pistol. We would have had it completed, but we went through the drought period, didn't have firearms scheduled. About the time we got it scheduled, it started raining every day. So with Council 1, we hope to pick that up August 18th. Would like a little guidance from you as our elected board on how we proceed. Some of our people would like to purchase their weapons. The market value is about $215. I think it would be great if we would allow our people to buy them for about $200. But I'll wait your guidance or the guidance of the manager on that. Normally what would happen to comply with ATF guidelines and FFL dealers, they would need to be involved and actually do the transition of the weapon so that everything is completely legal. Most of our folks do want to buy their weapon. I've got one that has declined so far. He may change his mind. We've got more weapons than what we will actually have unless we were allowed some people to buy two. So I sort of await your input as the elected officials as how we proceed with that surplus property. I suspect we'll have a resolution down the road just like we've done with the radios, but just something to think about. I will have those guns in my possession once they qualify. With the 9s, I'll collect the 40 calibers. I'll hold those in a gun safe in my office till such time those decisions are made. But I think it's a good gesture that we do allow our people that carry their weapon to buy them. I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about police operations.
I will say one thing, Chief, and I think everybody probably knows it here, but Senator Jarvis and Representative Wadsford and Representative Potts have got money in the state budget for these, I think 15,000 or 13 or something, somewhere in that range for these new pistols.
Correct. I reached out to Senator Jarvis and asked him for help, as I knew he had helped the county purchase their weapons. He had to decline at that time because all of the money was going out west to Hurricane Helene relief. Very gracious to him that he did not forget our request and reached out to me as well as I think the mayor. So thanks to Senator Jarvis and Sam Watford and others that were involved in making that happen.
And also in the budget, we got some water and sewer money, I'm not sure how much, and also some money for Johnson Park. He's supposed to let me know the amount of it, but there's some money in there for Johnson Park out of the budget too.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And as far as the gun, Madam Attorney, we have to,
I don't
We can
have
do
the
that,
amount
can we?
yet. Yes, we can.
okay.
And the ammunition, would that be no additional charge?
That's up to you. I've got some 40 left. We could charge for it. I might even be able to trade out for some new 9mm. The question becomes, most agencies have gone away from the 40 and gone to the 9. So it is town property, so whatever your wishes are, that's certainly what I'll do.
I'd say if you can come with a mutual agreed upon price to sell with the guns.
Okay?
That,
Yes.
Sound fair to me? Thank you very much.
thank you. Chief Morris is not here. We have his report. He has taken the brush truck to get the lights and on it. I think he said about 4 weeks turnaround on it. That's all I know. Jason.
Good evening. We're going pretty good. The water plant recently, been pretty busy as usual. Beginning of the month started with that extreme drought we've been in, followed directly by some flooding and rain. So it's been kind of a crazy, both worlds coming down the plant. We're still dealing with the high turbidity right now. It's kind of working its way out, but all the rain that just recently fell and what looks like it's going to be dealing that for quite a bit. But we've got a lot of testing that we're doing. Operators are ready. We've dealt with it very well and things are going good. Hopefully it'll wash some of the allergy problems that we've had out to eliminate any taste and odor issues that could break through. So far we haven't had any reports of it, but a lot of other systems in the area have had issues with that, with algae in the source water. We're still trying to stay on top of it. Hopefully now the weather's cooling off a little bit. We got a little rain, we'll start washing some of that out. We got the control valve on finished water pump 1 repaired. What was happening with that over time, the operator would go to start the pump, it would fail each time. Occasionally have to go down and hit the reset button and that would fire it back up, no problem. Then it just got to where 10, 15 times the valve wouldn't open, so we got Underwood to come out and fix that valve. While they were out there, we also had them look at the finished water pump 3 that has been ran for years. I told them that everybody's blaming everybody else. It's you guys, it's the electrician, it's the valve people. We got to get this going now. So we kind of got everybody there that need to be. We got it running and operational, and we can use that pump now if needed. So that was kind of finally good to get resolved. We got the leak on the raw water pump packing fixed. That's one thing the state inspector brought up last time, so that's been addressed. We get ready for this inspection coming up still. The streaming current unit, the pump that pumps that broke off and fell down to the bottom of the vault, so we had to replace that. That's one of the main tools we use to make sure our chemical feed doses are correct. That was only a 1-day outage, thankfully. We're also able, after 6 months to a year, to replace the communication at the raw water pump station. What's been happening is anytime it rains, we would lose communication with the raw pumps. So the operator would have to physically go down there and cut the pumps on and off versus being able to communicate with them. The problem with that is if something happened, you had to cut them off, they wouldn't be able to, or having to go down there at 2 in the morning by themselves and cut them off. So this new antenna, it'll take care of that. So we'll have communication in heavy rains and thunderstorms and snow and everything else. That shouldn't be an issue anymore. We've got the new chemical feed pumps coming for the aluminum caustic. Also got a skid to go with them to kind of start upgrading our pumps, chemical feed pumps. Pumps are, thankfully these ones are cheaper than the ones we've had that are there now, and they work more efficiently. We got the new analytical instrumentation ordered for SCADA to do more real-time monitoring of turbidity, pH, and chlorine. So if something comes in, instead of checking for it every 2 hours, we'll see it in real time. Operators can make real-time changes that can save lots of money over time through making sure that we're feeding the right chemicals. We finally got the land app done after being well overdue, so we're glad to have that done. I've done a walkthrough with Wooten Engineering. We spent a couple hours there going through different things, of which they did recommend drying beds, probably our best option there. I kind of showed them what I've been doing, and he said that's probably going to be our best option for what we've got. The drying beds, just fixing the ones we've got, maybe adding 2 more, and planning for what we got.
So they put that in their plan?
When they do things upgrades, yeah, that's what he recommended, and we'll kind of start looking at, put a plan together for that going forward. Be it regular drying beds, they've got solar drying beds like up in Thomasville, where they're kind of covered with a greenhouse kind of thing. If that's ever an issue, that's what the solar drying beds are. So what we're gonna do, hopefully with the new Allen pumps and Collins pumps, and pumps come in, we'll get those installed. Begin installation of the new instrumentation upgrade into SCADA. Another couple things we've got to do is the pressure relief valve kind of up near the gate. When you come in the plant, there's just a big puddle of water all over there. That's something else I had to look at. They're gonna have to go down there and replace that pressure relief valve, and hopefully they'll be able to get that addressed soon, because if you drive by, you see that big pond of water along the gate. That's what it's coming from.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, it's coming out of that vault at the bottom. There's a lot of water coming out. Let's see what
I think that's what it was all along.
We're going to keep working with engineers to do kind of more upgrades and laboratory stuff. So we got the inspection coming up sometime this month, so hopefully we're preparing and think we're ready for that. We're going to talk with Wooten about getting a CT study done as soon as possible. So we'll hopefully get that done. We need to look into, this winter's looking to be very cold and very wet. That does not do good for our plant the way it is. We talked about it last year, getting some kind of baffling wall. I know we can't afford right now without some kind of grant to plate settlers, but we definitely need to look into get some kind of baffling walls put in to stop that, to help with the basins, the lot coming through the basins going into this winter. We got lucky last year, it was drier, it was warmer. This winter's not looking the same, so we kind of want to be ready for that coming in. We got the quotes for the flooring and rehab things, just a matter of figuring out who we want to go with and getting it approved. That's pretty much a lot of the bigger things. Just the long-term things are still the same. Getting figuring out our permanent sludge handling solution, and eventually getting either plate settlers or some kind of system put into the basin to get ready for it. Our water usage has been lower. It's been very great. The plant has done very well. We've been able to cut our chemical costs in half. We've only had to run 1 raw pump. We've only had to run 1 finished water pump. Our electricity cost is cut in half. You can pretty much cut everything cost-wise in half. The plant is performing very well.
Don't say that too loud.
It's doing good. Just remove 1 pump out of 2. It just over time. It's performing well.
Jason, how quick did Wooten say they get back with you? Did they say?
Hopefully they'll follow up in the next month or 2.
Stay on them if you will.
I will, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I've already followed up with them, so yeah, we'll get them back out there.
Okay. And you lost an employee?
We did.
Advertising for?
We may be able to, the way things are right now, kind of maintain where we are with what we got. If things continue.
We don't want to be down. We don't want to be pushing.
We have one that just got certified. So.
Okay, all right. Good deal. Any questions for Jason?
Caustic room.
I'm sorry?
Is the renovation of the caustic room, is anything started there yet?
Not yet, no. We have one flooring company that can do the flooring and the walls in there, that we have the quote for that. One thing I did bring up with Louis, we're gonna have to get a structural engineer out there where that one side of the building's caving down. It's getting significantly worse as time goes on. So we need to get a structural engineer either through them or somebody else, get that gap in the wall addressed and where that whole side's caving in down that one end. 'Cause that's a main support structure and our basins are all sitting right there. If that goes, it's gonna be a bad thing.
Yes, I would think that would need to be how far?
Absolutely. That's one thing to talk about.
And
No dates on that or anything?
Not as of yet.
you
I'm
will
gonna keep pushing on them, trying my best.
bring us those bids in, 'cause we haven't seen them on the.
The floor quotes, now the floor quotes and that was not part of the structural engineering
Yeah.
like that, but I can send the floor quotes and things like that.
Yeah, send them on to us,
All right, we'll do. I can send
so we
that.
can maybe push on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And on the drying beds, I know that this is on down the road, but is there an advantage of solar drying beds over just the regular drying
Well-
beds? Does it speed it up or?
It can, so here, like this winter, if, let's just say that theoretically we get a lot of cold, rainy days, it'll take longer for the sludge to dry out. So if you have it covered with something like a greenhouse thing, you eliminate the rain from getting in, and it lets it dry a lot quicker to get processed out
Okay.
quicker. That's the main advantage for that.
That's a good idea.
And it's all, it looks just like a greenhouse they put over it just to kind of keep the rain off of it.
I need to see that faster, I guess. Anything else, Jason? Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Mr. Nicholson, excuse me.
Yeah, I think this is the first time my name is on here. We once again, we had a pretty busy month at the treatment plant. A lot of that due to the rain we got. We got about 6 inches in between 2 big rain events. Pushed us a little bit, but we came out on top. We're good. On the 14th, we helped Public Works for the new water valve. The water valve had broke, leading down to our contact chamber that we use a hydrant to clean out down there. We got that fixed. On the 22nd, we had a land application event, our second one of the year, and probably, I guess, are going to be our last one at the wood farm. We still have the Sexton farm. 20th to the 24th, Chris Smith, he attended Biological 1, Wastewater 1 school. And if I could just brag on him, I feel like he's a really good hire for us. He's really got a lot of energy and he keeps busy. I think he's pressure washed everything, every inch of concrete we got down there. We're almost sparkling now. So, I like him. We work good together. And as he's helped me a lot as I'm learning my new role as well. And then on the 27th, Sanford Electric wired our new bark screen. 2 days later, J.S. Herring came out and attached the water supply. Now, I really wanted to tell y'all that this thing was working right now, and it is operational, but we've been told that we have to wait for the manufacturer to send somebody out and run it for us and show us what we need to know before we start it, or we can void the warranty if we don't do that. So
You should be getting a call tomorrow, probably.
She says.
the guy from Lavella, John, he told me that they're like 6 to 8 weeks out, and it may be September before they can get
Yeah,
out.
but I think that may change.
Okay, well, great.
I had a little prayer this evening with
Oh, nice. I appreciate that.
how we're doing good or not, but
So they may be out sooner or a year
that's
from
my
now.
plan. And it better be their plan.
But other than that, we had a lot of maintenance that we did, general stuff, pumps and valves, oil and greasing, mowing. And also Trans-State, they're still in town, but they've been delayed a lot by the rain that we've had and the wet weather that we've had. So, but they're still performing the smoke testing around town when they get the chance.
What else, David?
That's all I have.
Okay. Just let me know if you don't get a call. We'll
Okay.
there too.
I sure will. Thanks, sir.
Yep. Mr. High.
What would be the chances of closing North Main for the National Night Out?
Just do it.
So we don't have to. Okay, we'll do it. We can do it.
Don't say, don't tell, you know.
Yeah.
Village is closed. That's the thing that's worried with.
Yeah, they closed at 3.
We've had a couple water leaks. They've been repaired. We got 2 more having them located now. They're all pretty small.
And that's don't tell.
Been trying to get the mowing caught up. We got the mulch at Harrison Park Playground installed. We got mulch put in about everywhere now. We got a load of it in. Had one sewer line stopped it. We got that unstopped. And our everyday work, we've had several employees out because of a death in the family. Y'all probably know about it. He's gonna be out a couple, 3 more days this week
That's just one, right?
for the funeral.
You said several, it's just one employee, right?
Well, it'd be 2. Brandon Clotfelter and Ryan Craven.
Oh.
I think we got some interviews coming Wednesday. Hopefully some of them will pan out. I think it's still on for Wednesday. And do your order, that's all I got.
Okay. Thanks. Any questions, Michael?
No question?
I do, but no. Miss Edgar.
Total customers billed for July usage was 1,103, that's paper and email bills. Total gallons billed was 4,986,608 for the July usage, which billed out at $108,763.23. Total gallons, 16,647 were billed for 11 final accounts, and that actually billed out at $783.69. Total gallons unbilled was 939,931, which are town-owned properties. I did not have on the prior reports the May and June billing for handy, and I did include those, and I will be doing July's tomorrow. So I will include that on the next report. We did have 8 additional sponsored banners that were purchased, and I've listed those below. I met with Tom's Creek Nursery on the 27th. I was hoping to have a quote this week. He did, and I will pass this around. These are copies of a proposed sketch of what he's thinking for both locations. He did not give a quoted amount. I sent him a note back asking him if he was waiting for approval of the sketch prior to giving a price, and he did not respond. So if you guys can refer to the images that he provided, he kind of lists what he's thinking. He does state, due to these being close to the woodland, that deer tend to pick certain things. So he's kind of keeping lower to the ground style of items and recommending a metal edge bedding around it to keep the mulch in place so it's not scattered, especially when the mowing is done. Again, I will wait to receive the quote from him as far as cost and provide additional details, but I did want to go ahead and provide you with what he was thinking, and if you have any recommendations or comments to that, I'll be glad to share those with him. And there is an image front and back. One is of North Highway 109. The second image on the back is of South 109.
Yeah, so we need a price or a range or something.
Right. And I was hoping he would come back to me, but he did not decide.
And I assume I guess that really, this stuff is gonna bloom, some of it, all through the years.
Okay.
Is that who did the landscaping here? This?
That's a good one. You mean originally?
Yeah.
No. I Oh, who's leading it, I think.
We didn't reach out to those that did it before.
Gonna talk to Michael, he's back there.
I would assume based on what was there that maybe it was done in-house because there's a lot of just buttercups and irises and that type of
Yeah.
thing.
And it was
No
20 years ago, too.
additional-
I didn't know. I know, used to, I see, I thought South went down there and did something at the beginning.
Okay. Denton Antique, and I said Antiques Festival, excuse me, Street Festival is what I meant to put. Robin's been gearing up for that. We have 36 confirmed vendors, either a single or double space, that have registered so far for the festival. This figure gives 3 of our 5 departments will also have a space set up, as well as our Parks and Recreation board will have a space set up during that. Last month, the question for that, I had mentioned the charging station at the market was not operational. If you guys would like me to reach out for a replacement on that, then I'll be more than happy to, or if we want to just remove that station, just need direction on that item if we could. We did not actually give any direction on that.
How long's that been messed up? Cause I thought we'd already got it, we didn't actually got it fixed. It wasn't gonna.
It had been fixed at one point, but I brought it up in the last meeting and it's not fixable. It is out of date and they do not service that type any longer. So, I have no one to fix it.
It's gotta be somebody, cause I know I used to see people use it all the time. Gotta be somebody.
I would research, if you will, and find out if there's any grants on it, because that's what we got that one.
Yeah.
We got it and David's electric truck at the same time.
Cause I know it was used, and I know a lot of people do use these things in different.
Oh, yeah.
times. Be nice to have.
Just an update on the uniforms. So I already stated that the pants for Public Works and the water plant was ordered. They have received those in. UniFirst shirts came in. The guys are questioning exactly what they sent. I think they are wanting to get the additional t-shirts that are the slick material, polyester material as well. So we'll have to get back to them on that. The t-shirts are being designed for the water plant and she should have those completed fairly soon. She
Who's doing
apologized.
this first? It's been 2 months. Is that the best I can do?
Well, I can't explain for UniFirst because I have reached out to him about once a week, asking him for follow-ups. I'm not sure what's taking
Tell him
so long.
his customer service is not very good.
The t-shirts and the polos are coming from Carolina and Broadry, and she did have a delay. She ended up having a heart attack, so it had put her well behind on that. I do have men's polos here tonight for the board, and I have them for our department heads, except for Jason, and she missed seeing his, so she will get that taken care of. Ladies' shirts are on back order. We may choose to just go a different route on those. So anyway, town map project, that was last printed in 2020, I believe it was. 2019 was the time the information was gathered. They state that the new maps will be larger in size. I believe they're like 8.5 inches in height. Once they're folded, they will have embedded links for those that include their websites or social media pages. Ours will also have an embedded link goes to our website, and we will include the Davidson County link that they have provided that covers all businesses throughout Davidson County. The lady that I was working with and the mayor also worked with is with Southeast Map Solutions, which is whom have done that prior.
Not the mayor, Commissioner Ward.
I'm sorry, my bad. That was
done on July 24th, and we have so far received 12 businesses that have committed to advertisements, and I still have several fillers out to multiple businesses.
Do we make anything off of this?
They're free on.
They are free to the public, and they will
I mean,
also.
to town? What does it cost us?
I think we had to do a small ad on the front page, but that was it. And then I think, it is going out to 2 local, rest stops or business centers, to be able to hand out as well. I think Charlotte was one of the closest in another location as well. Okay. Any other questions?
But Mike, there's only one spot there. If you're already taking this.
For the street festival?
No, for the antique, you already get people for the antique
No,
festival
I'm
already?
sorry.
Street
I
festival.
stated long ago, it should have been street
Okay,
festival.
all right.
On those maps, what do we pay?
It was the ad cost is all we paid.
Yeah, what does that cost?
I'll have to go back. and look.
$9.95.
No,
$995?
we didn't have to pay $9.95.
Well,
I'm thinking.
from Angel's email, it said we paid $650 in 2020 for the back panel of the folder map. If we still want to advertise information on that panel, the cost is $9.95.
But that is not the panel, I mean, I have a copy
Right.
in my office, that's not the panel that has the town's thing, because that is open to, businesses in town.
My
That
problem is,
panel.
my bad taste or whatever, it appears that we're helping them sell their ads for their map, and we still pay them for a ad on it.
And I don't see where Angel told us what the actual ad cost would be.
I would think businesses need to,
I mean,
That's something that-
I'm just,
you know, because we're advertising and going all the way to Charlotte. So,
It says
I
ad
mean,
spaces
little
start at
something.
$2.95.
I mean, if we're going around asking people to buy this map, or this ad on this map, I just don't think it smells good. Am I wrong, or picky, or you will tell me I know?
I think it's completely up to the board if the board wants to do a map. I don't think it's a requirement, I think it's up to you. Your concern is that you're asking other people to buy ad space, or that the town is paying ad space?
No, that we're asking other people to buy ad space for this map that this company's making money off of.
How much would it be if we just printed our own maps?
I don't know.
And I don't know the answer to that.
I don't need it.
And do we need a map?
Well, I
We have a
think,
lot of requests for it.
I think a map's good. I'm just saying, it appears we're helping a private business sell ads.
Who's the people that's doing the map?
And at the end of the day, that's exactly what we're doing.
Is it
We're
Barnes
paying a
Printing?
private company
It's on
to do it.
And I have
to do the map
asked
for us.
Barnes Printing in the past as far as doing it, and
Yeah.
he didn't have at that time the resources to do, because he didn't have the map and so forth.
I'm not against the map or
SE
anything.
Map
I'm just,
Solutions, Angela McDowell. What other communities around here do they do maps for? Do we know?
That I'm not certain, but they've done our last 2 maps.
I mean, you can always see what surrounding communities or what service they're using to do theirs and compare it.
Yeah.
Stomp still have a map? I don't know.
they used to. The Chambers used to do them though.
Yeah.
Chambers used to do this one when they were in here, when they were here.
And the Thomasville Chamber may still do it.
Just my concern. Is that all you have?
That's,
Sam, I missed you. You got anything you want to tell us?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
First 2 bands went real well. We got the holidays coming up. The holiday band playing on August 22nd, and Pandora's Jukebox is playing September 19th. We've been having averaging about $1,800 being spent on the food trucks. Each one of them's making about $600 each time they come out. They're thrilled to be here. We had Kona Ice last month, and they're coming back again this in August. They won't be here in September because they have a prior commitment. Other than that, we had a good crowd showing up, and I'm hearing nothing but good things. So I guess we'll.
Are you, open to any additional food trucks, or are you?
No.
Not,
I think if you get too many, then you'll lose the ones you have because
Right.
they won't make any money.
Right.
And we're not charging them to come here.
right,
Because we're kind of scratching each other's back. You know, they're feeding our crowd. We're letting them make some money. Some places they have to charge us. All of them has generators, so none of them's using any of our power or anything. So,
well, somebody just mentioned.
in fact,
to me, so that's why I was asking.
yeah, the last September 19th, the hot dog, that's not true. Backyard barbecue won't be here. They have a prior commitment, so they won't be here for that one. So we will only have 2 food trucks for the last event. But my thinking is we'll still be okay because that's probably a less known band, you know, because it's local. They're not as big as the other guys we have. Of course, it might be our biggest turnout. We don't know, but I think we'll be all right. What would have happened is that $600 if that truck's making it will now get split to the other 2 trucks, so they'll make $900 that night each one of them instead of $600 if you have the same crowd. But they're very pleased and it's running smooth. I don't think we've had any issues, have we? With the alcohol being served? No. Yeah, so. Good.
And that, they
Did
did
they do you?
1425 last time.
Yeah, and I know they were gonna give us a portion of it for the new park, but I think he gave
Yeah.
all of it to us. So that's great.
Was that more or less than the first time?
I think it was just a little more. But I think he went up $1, somebody said. But yeah,
Somebody else had told me that he was doing deals for people. They, you know, they got multiple,
Yeah.
they got a little bit better deal than just singles. But I guess he has that leeway.
And then we had a back
Yeah.
to school bash, August 15th, which we're partner with, the church out there on 109. Big church that does everything. Yes, your church, yeah. We're partnering with them. They're gonna, come and hand out, book bags for back to school. We have a meeting prior to that and we'll see if we can't give them some funds to help them get some supplies. We'll vote on that. Help fill the bags up.
If you do end up like next year needing an additional food truck, it's a wood-fired pizza place and the name has just escaped me. But it's a food truck that is in the Thomasville area.
They were on the run. They were really good.
Yeah, I've heard that they're like really, really, really good.
All right, yeah, I think next year, if we plan on doing this again next year.
I'm just saying that if we had a need for a food truck.
I'm just messing with you. I really think it get bigger and bigger every year. I think your smallest crowd personally will be this year.
thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
Manager's report, I think y'all have that in your hand. I don't know where you got any RFQs on the roofing yet?
I believe she had one gentleman, stop by the other day. He's the only one I'm aware of. Are you aware of any others, Michael, that's come on?
And Chief, are you at full song now?
Yes, sir.
You're 7 people,
Yes, sir.
all sworn?
We're close.
Okay,
I've got 2 working tonight.
good. Any questions on Amy's report? I think she got a list of the projects. We're just trying to sit down and study and see what money we have left and what we got to spend. By December 31st. Yeah. And like this 200,000, if we don't do that 2-inch water and put it somewhere else, we better move it on it. And I have a thought on that.
I was getting ready to say she knew you did.
Okay. Commissioners' comments or concerns?
Did you skip me on purpose?
Yes, probably. Are you back? I thought you was on vacation.
I'm trying to be, so I don't get out of here, remember?
Yeah.
So, there's
Excuse
a
me.
lot that went on with our busy legislature this year. And so one of the things that I had is I have a list, and I know that Mayor, you have brought up 160D, but there's others as well. We need to look at whether or not we have any ordinances regulating home occupation or home-based business in our zoning under 160D. And we now, as long as it is a non-impact, we cannot require them to get zoning permits or anything like that for that. So I've got to go through that. We also have to look at and review the town's off-street parking regulations before January 1st, 2027, because the town will generally no longer be permitted to require a minimum number of parking spaces per development structure, occupancy, or use. We have to review the town's parking space dimensions, residential fire access requirements, and public and private road pavement standards. All of those have had changes, and we need to make sure that we're in compliance. I need to look at, because I do not know the answer to this off the top of my head, do we have any independent stormwater requirements regulating redevelopment or count existing impervious area when calculating new stormwater obligations, or do we only follow state rules? Do we know?
We don't have anything.
Okay. And then we need to, they've come in and said that they're putting regulations on outside sewer and water rates. Were you familiar with that? We have to make sure that we're in compliance with that. If the outside rates exceed inside rates by more than 25%, we have an issue. So we've got to talk about that.
We have an issue then.
Okay. We
A lot of
also have to look at the town special assessment collections and foreclosure procedures. There's some changes to the notice requirements on that. That primarily applies to me, but just to let you guys know. And then there was some amendments related to law enforcement special separation allowances for folks that reach 30 years of credible service prior to 62. So we just need to be aware of that and make sure that we're implementing that correctly. And then we have to make sure that no current town ordinances, police directives, personnel policies, or informal practice constitutes a prohibited sanctuary policy. So I really have to look at that. And then if we decide to do any incentive district property tax exclusions for future economic development or residential development projects, we have to look at that as well. So that's kind of the broad overview, but behind the scenes, I'm looking at all those things now. So I will be presenting stuff to you in the future if we need to change anything or amend anything. The one time I freaking have a report and you want to skip me.
But while you're on 160D, which is
Yeah.
my favorite thing in the world, and they set all this stuff in the budget, how do you put zoning in the budget? But anyway, can we change the permitted uses in our zoning table?
So that is what is before the planning board now.
Okay.
We are hoping to submit to the planning board there, and they will come as recommendations from the planning board to you as any changes. So if there are changes that you guys are concerned about or would like to see made, I would make a suggestion that you talk with the planning board, because it's got to come from the planning board as a suggestion.
Right, okay. I just think multi-families should be by special use, not by right, in R15 and R20.
That needs to come as a recommendation from the planning board.
Okay. And if we want to put no trucks on certain streets in town, we have to do that by ordinance?
Are you talking about heavy equipment trucks?
Yeah.
So I need to look at that and make sure what the requirements are.
We have it on a couple of streets, and I think we did it by ordinance.
So is it, and they're town streets, not DOT streets?
Right.
Yes, by ordinance you can do town streets.
Okay, we need to do Forest Park Drive.
Paula, will you let Angel know that?
What are some of the others? It's been a while since we've done that.
Yeah, that's one of the main ones. I don't know. There's several over and through here, wasn't there, Michael?
Several over there too.
Just one over there in the circle at one time across from Bobby Park.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Forest
all
Park
right.
Drive.
Up there in the curve, that one?
Yep. Okay. Anything else, Madam Attorney?
I am going on vacation.
No, I can't believe it. I know. Left Wednesday, didn't you? Yeah.
You know the time I got there, 1 AM.
You didn't leave here and go straight then?
No, I didn't.
I sent y'all something today on 160D, just what she was talking about, just to read. Announcement, National Night Out tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Parks and Rec meeting August 11th, August 15th, Back to School Bash, August 20th, Planning and Zoning Board, August 22nd, the holiday ban. Town offices are closed for Labor Day. Next meeting is September 8th.
Can I back up to 17 for a second?
You sure can.
I just have one thing. I had somebody, well, it's my truck, that, my big truck that we get fuel at Mitchell Oil. And in order for the truck to be on the correct side of the pump, he typically comes down First Street. And there's a lot of low-hanging branches on First Street. And I just didn't know whose responsibility it was to cut those. But they're on First Street, like they're past the railroad tracks, coming up that hill, where he makes the left turn to come down 47. There's a lot of low-hanging branches, and we about lost our pipe on top.
I think Adam's been notifying the property owners to see if they wanted to trim them, because when we trim them, we use the tractor.
Yeah.
It's not the neatest thing in the world.
So, I wanted to.
That may be one of the
mention
streets you're not
that.
supposed to be on anyway. I don't know.
Well, when you said that, I thought, oh, that might not be the streets to be
If
on.
you want to cross the street, that's all pecan trees, and they hang lower than the ones over at the river.
I could be wrong about which part of the road. I thought he said it was the part when he's going back up the hill,
Probably
but
so.
I'm not certain.
It's all the way through there.
Okay.
But you go past that and you're not supposed to be in trucks like in front of Barbara's house.
Yeah.
No heavy trucks. Okay, anybody else? All right. Hearing none, seeing none, we'll be in closed session.